Meet Greg. Greg is the president of a fast-growing organization. The company's footprint in the U.S. is impressive, and media reports tout the company as one to watch over the next 5 years. Customers love the company for its innovative products and impeccable customer service. Jennifer is the CIO at the company. She's a brilliant technical mind who knows the ins and outs of IT security. She balances security and compliance within very tight budgets to the best of her abilities. It's that time of the year that Jennifer dreads. The annual board meeting is coming up, and she must ask for a moderate hike in her information security budget. It's the same every year. Her requests for resources only get her a marginal increase, barely enough to meet compliance requirements. She argues her case each year with the board, but is never paid heed. Greg and the board appreciate Jennifer's work, but never see eye to eye with her requirements for an increased budget. They think she overspends. During this year's board meeting, Jennifer reiterates that the company got lucky again and hasn't had any issues in regulator audits. This lack of negative feedback has a negative effect. The board has stopped taking her seriously, yet again turning down her request for a budget increase. Jennifer is frustrated. A few months later, Jennifer's fears are realized. The regulator audit produces several findings and negative feedback. The findings are serious, and the regulatory body informs the company that corrective measures must be taken immediately. Jennifer has heated exchanges with Greg and other board members for not heeding her advice. Relationships are strained, to say the least. Greg decides to ask his friend Alex, a security expert, for help. After interviews and discussions with key employees, Alex discusses his findings with Greg, Jennifer, and the board. He informs them that his team has started remediating the audit findings. The company should be fully compliant soon. He then brings up the real issue, the disconnect between top management and the CIO. He tells them that ROI for information security spending must be measured with key performance indicators, KPIs, and that dashboards should be used to bridge the communication gap. He shows them examples of dashboards explaining their 3 benefits. 1. Management sees why a budget increase is necessary. 2. Jennifer measures the accuracy of her estimates. 3. KPIs show management how well Jennifer is doing her job and what ROI they're getting on the money they've spent for IT security. The company averts a major disaster and refocuses on driving the business forward. Greg, the board members, and Jennifer now look forward to the annual board meetings, rarely questioning each other on budgetary estimates. One simple mistake can ruin your company and your career. Your information security ROI must be measurable, or else it creates a disastrous disconnect between reality and non-accountability. Make sure this never happens to you. Tips for Greg, the president, and members of the board. A high-level snapshot of your ROI is critical to making informed decisions. Here are some tips. The dashboard is not a new concept. Just as you'd use one to enable other top-level decisions, use one for information security. Ask your CIO to show you 4 key dashboards. 1. Enterprise risk ratios for all critical operational areas. 2. An enterprise-wide compliance snapshot. 3. A snapshot of annual spend versus the number of high-risk areas and negative regulatory audit findings. And 4. A residual security risk snapshot showing the status of the implemented corrective measures versus those that are still being planned or implemented. Ask an expert to help identify other dashboards and business-specific KPIs that you should be tracking. Implement information security KPIs and tie them into your CIO's performance reviews. KPIs are the only way to ensure accountability. Tips for Jennifer, the CIO. You benefit from information security dashboards as well. They essentially do the talking at board meetings. Here are some tips. Have your team implement dashboards under your guidance, so you no longer waste time and energy trying to explain budget needs to top management. If you don't have the capability in-house, hire a security expert who knows how to design meaningful dashboards. Make sure your internal team or security expert fully understands the inner workings of the organization. A dashboard is only as good as its designer. Show top management trends in information security spending over the years. Map them against KPIs to show how your efforts are creating ROI. It's a mistake to view information security in qualitative terms. It demands your money, and you must demand a return on investment. Protect your business. Protect yourself.